My name is Sumeet Sitaram. Um, if anybody else knows, I also go by Facebook Jail Veteran because I'm always getting banned off social media. Um, so basically, I am one of the admins in Pro Wrestling Central. And wrestling is actually a passion. I won't say it's a hobby. I would say it's a passion for us, especially in that group. Whether you participate or you don't participate, as long as you read, you understand, you can communicate. That's all that matters. But as long as you have that passion for pro wrestling, and I'm not talking about wrestling being company based, like for example, AEW or WWE or New Japan or MLW or GCW, which some promotions most may not even be aware of. So because we only know of the televised the televised companies, that's AEW and WWE. New Japan, you'll only get as pro references. So most people won't actually, or they haven't actually watched a Japanese wrestling match. Like I remember, I watched a Japanese death match once with Mick Foley and Terry Funk. Mick Foley was in wrestling in Japan at this time, and he had a Japanese death match. One of the best match. Why it was one of the best matches. If anybody hasn't seen a death match before, if you don't know about a Japanese death match or a Texas death match, just go on YouTube and stream it. So basically, I would say being an admin of a pro wrestling group, your knowledge about wrestling has to be somewhat above everyone else. So it's like when people are having a conversation, you need to also be part of that conversation in a way that the majority may not be knowledgeable about. And when it comes to me, and as Noshad said, I'm a Kung Fu master with my mouth. When it comes to wrestling, well, that's part of, well, my mouth is part of the reason why I get banned from social media part most of the time. But this passion of wrestling, where did it stem from? So in 1996, I watched WWF WrestleMania at a family friend's house, and the match that was on at the time, the first wrestling match that I ever watched was Undertaker versus Psycho Sid. And I remember that match because Bret Hart interfered in that match, which cost Psycho Sid the match, where Undertaker beat Psycho Sid. And if anybody knows, at that part of the time, there was no DSTV. You only had a decoder where you could get open time, where you could get Mnet, and then there was a channel 6. If I'm not mistaken, I think Mnet was on channel 7 and CSN was channel 6.
No idea.
But wrestling was on CSN. Wrestling was on CSN right until 2001. No, I'm wrong. It was on CSN right until 99. As soon as DSTV came out, Then it started streaming on
Super.
Supersport. So now I'm talking about an era where we had the likes of Undertaker and Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and at this time, Stone Cold Steve Austin wasn't Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was a ringmaster. He only became Stone Cold Steve Austin after he won the King of the Ring and he beat Jake the Snake. And he gave that speech about Austin 316, just said that I whooped your ass. So this is the era that I'm talking about. And then after that period, from 1997, we had the Attitude Era, which according to my father, to my dad, and in certain aspects, I would slightly agree with him on this. The best era of wrestling was the Attitude Era. It was entertaining AF. I can't say the proper thing, but because, it was entertaining AF. But what I can tell you was when ETV first came out, right, you had WCW Nitro airing on ETV, and CSN had WWF. That gave us the time and the chance for watching the Monday Night Wars play out. It might have been on a different day, right? It might have been on different days, but the content remained the same, if you understand what I'm saying. So that's how the passion of wrestling came. I mean, like, if you ask anybody, we are still wrestling fans, even though wrestling went through a slump. And I think this is from 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019 into COVID. Wrestling went through a slump, and especially WWE went through a slump. And WWE only came back on the map when Triple H took over. And I think at that point in time, Vince had to give it up because he was too long in the tooth to compete with what AEW was producing. Because when Kenny, uh, Hangman, Cody, and the Bucks, when they left New Japan and they opened the AEW with Tony Khan, it was said that they are not a competitor, but they are an alternative. But in being an alternative and with the slump that WWE was in, it made AEW the official competition to WWE. So in that aspect, Triple H came in, has his moment, and trust me, he's taking wrestling to new heights. And he called us the golden era of wrestling. Yeah, I can't disagree.
To all our subscribers, please like, subscribe, or comment. Comment means a lot to us. Let us know what your thoughts are, and we'd like to be in touch with you. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers.